Very good, very good. Lovely. So, what do I have to say? Well, I have to say hello, and why not? And forgive me for being later today, 11:31. I noticed I lost a subscriber. So now I'm down to only 20. Shock. Not that any of those watch anyway. Yeah. What was I going to say? I don't know. Let's have a look at an album. We've got Carpe Diem, Moonman, with this rather enjoyable artwork. Move me off for a moment. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So, well, what to say that hasn't already been said about Psychedelic Porn Crumpets? I thought about doing some other albums today because I'm not as enthused about this as I hoped I would be. I've enjoyed Psychedelic Porn Crumpets in the past quite a lot. If we have a look at some of their previous efforts, first I was aware of was and now for the whatchamacallit, which was fun. I haven't, though, I think, listened to it since. So, that's been 5 years. And I've listened to basically every single one of their albums now. The High Viscerals are great. Shiga, I think, is probably my favourite and definitely the one I've listened to most. Crazy bitty artwork there. I think it's got some really great songs on. Night Gnomes, for some reason, was a little bit disappointing. I think it was more downbeat than Shiga, definitely. And Franzoli was fine, but I'm sort of put off by the change in artwork styles. Like, the previous ones at least gave, psychedelic craziness, and then Franzoli, very much something else. Similarly, Carpe Diem Moonman is something else. Now, the titles for the songs nonetheless sound like classic Porn Crumpets material. But to be honest, I haven't heard any of the singles, so this may well be exactly what I'm hoping for, or it could easily be something else. But overall, I'm hoping that there's going to be a spattering of excellent riffs, some quite unusual high-speed switch-ups in the songs. Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, we'll see, and I'm sure that there'll be something to it. Another Reincarnation. Uh-oh. Yeah, good. There's a riff. Something like that. Yeah, it starts straight out the gate with a riff and vocals, and they're not quite doing the same thing. Yeah. Oh, this seems to go up and down, up and down, up and up and down, up and... Yeah. Up and down, up and down. That's it, isn't it? Seems to go up and down, up and down. Yeah. So this is a an error. I think it's a fun idea to have vocals that go along with the guitar. But if they're as inaccurate as these ones, we just get a really messy kind of noise. Now, it's still fun, but the riff, whatever it is, something like that, is still nice, but the vocals really don't go with it closely enough for that to be a really incisive and infectious beginning. Especially on go, go, it feels like it's on a different note. Yeah, it's lower. So if that's there, he's there. Yeah, fun. Anyway, we get those two things, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty quick. Let's see how quick. Tap tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 150 beats per minute. That's pretty fast. And then suddenly... Yeah. Maybe we're in drop C. Pretty straightforward riff there. Which is like... what's that? That's a Muse song. Why can I not remember? Is it Dead Star? Yeah, I think it's Dead Star. So it's similar to Dead Star by Muse. The drums are going wild as well. So we have that. So really, really fast offbeat snare there, which is very fun. Everything's very compressed, so the fuzzy guitars are really in your face. The drums are the same. The vocals go through a bit of distortion. Maybe, yes, okay, not in that first bit, but then suddenly in the next part. Yeah, you can tell because some of the notes sort of become very very nasal, and it's not through a deliberate vocal manipulation. It's just that they are hitting that distortion barrier, and it's changing them into a much more techy kind of sound. Overall, it's not that distorted, like you can still hear the words. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Anyway, that's enough on the first 10 seconds. Yeah, so they don't do the same thing for that next part of the riff. The vocal does not do the same thing. It keeps on that E, G. I didn't think it was an E, but it's so it's around there with more of a spoken pitch. It's not really focusing specifically on the pitch. And then we get a nice high falsetto note as well. Okay, sorry, I was a bit wrong. And then da-doo is a fun sixth jump up, and then we go back to the doo-doo-doo. Oh yeah, so we're getting variations on that beginning riff every single time. That one's similar to the beginning. Let me just hear the first one again. Yeah, so the first one ends like that. The second one has that. So the first one, second one, classic pentatonic kind of stuff, or blues scale kind of stuff. And what key are we in overall? Oh, C. Yeah, C. But the thing about it, is that we repeat it up a string. And that one's very different. It keeps the same rhythm though, doesn't it? But we're doing totally different notes. Still in the same scale though. Yeah. Something like that. And then something like that. And I don't think that's a full octave, is it? Okay, it is there. Like that. Yeah, it's interesting because the vocals are not quite as interesting or vibrant or exploratory. The vocals in a lot of psychedelic porn crumpet songs just take a back seat, even though they're still loud, they're still giving sort of front. The riffs almost always take center stage, which I don't think is a bad thing. Anyway, we'll carry on rather than repeating what we've already had listened to. So there, 3 different octaves. We have the bass going doo 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 doo, and we have the middle guitar doo 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 doo, and then we have the higher guitar. We have all 3 of those doing the same riff at the same time, and they are all really locked in, unlike the vocals at the beginning. It's really nice that the drums provide some alternative rhythmic backing. If they were going, it would be a little bit one note, but we get those 2 different groove templates going on, I guess. Okay, yeah, so we've expounded upon that. Something like that. That's hard to do if I'm not. Yeah, if I was in like full drop C, that would be played up here, wouldn't it? Which would make sense. Hard to do when I've got just the bottom C. I guess that's drop C, sorry, is what I mean is if I was in standard tuning C, so lowered standard tuning by 2 tones, then it would fit a bit better. It would be easier to play. Okay, I guess that's where we're going, because we've just moved up a string. Basically the same thing, but now it's up a string. So that last note there is fun. This one makes lots of sense. What's that going to be? B flat. That's in the pentatonic scale already, as is this G. But then we get a B. We've got some bloody blast beats, haven't we? Snare. In a blast beat, does a snare normally come on the offbeat or on the on-beat? You know, the truth is, I can hardly ever tell in black metal where it's like, and the snare is just on every off. No, I think it's on every offbeat, but here it's actually on the on-beat. So the kick drum is coming on those really fast offbeats. That's nice. Nice stuff. Fun. Very, very up tempo. And yeah, full of energy. This is classic psychedelic porn Crumpets, really. That could have just been ripped straight from the beginning. I didn't notice any differences, and I sort of thought that they sang exactly the same things badly. Anyway, 37 seconds back in, we're back to the beginning. Okay, different cadence on the vocals, wasn't it? Because the first time, we were doing a lot of that. But now, we've just got a little bit of that going up. Okay, yeah. So the guitars are just freewheeling. But not even that really, because the guitars are... Sorry. Oh no, my stand has broken. Oh, my microphone stand has... Or my microphone holder has broken. That's really sad. It's still holding it in, so that's okay. But, yeah, perils of having children around. Yeah, so in this next part, it's basically 2 bars before the vocal come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When previously, well, what has been known to happen is that, which is not actually the most interesting thing. Yeah, but so instead, this time, we got some funky rhythms. Yeah, that's just fine. And then we get those on the off beats there. Yeah. So there's one main guitar, I think, in the middle, and there's another guitar off to the right, which is sometimes fighting it for supremacy. And the combination is overwhelming. I don't really think you're meant to perceive everything that's going on here. This is just an onslaught of different sounds, and they keep changing, don't they? Which is very exciting. It's similar to Geese's song 2122 or 2122, 2212. I'll just check. 2122. Yeah, it's similar to that song, in that you get the... we'll just play it for a moment. You get this bit where he's really going for, the vocals, and then we have this interstitial where something happens, and then we get another vocal, and then we get another interstitial, which is totally different. And then he comes back, and we get another of these. And then this one, which is pretty much different. Same key, at least. And then we come back. Oh, just one that time. And then we get more of a relaxing groove for a moment. Anyway, that's the kind of thing we've got going on here, where each time we come in with another another groove section in between vocals, there's more stuff happening. Oh, yeah, no, we're on this one now. Yeah. So the bass is just holding down that bottom note. The drums are crazy. We've got a lot of double kick going on there. So it's like snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick. For that real gallop, which is fun. It's fun, the difference, isn't it, between the which sounds nice and soft, relaxed. My falsetto is suffering at the moment, I apologise. But soft, nice, and then another reincarnation which he really pushes. Okay, so you could tell there we weren't going to get a full repeat because even though Mr. Man is saying the same words, he's not saying them in the same way. And as well as that, Mr. Guitar is doing something different. That could be a bass, but it's only going down to the bottom C, which we've established. This is in. Yeah. Which is quite a fun riff. It might be double that, it might be... I can't tell. Anyway, it's different, isn't it? It's not... It should just change. I'm not going to, because the next song is not going to be in open C, is it? Not open C. In standard tuning, low C. So even though we're in a different section and it's based around a sort of different chord, although it does come back to the C there, we've still got a lot of the same melodic material. So that, maybe not actually. We're focused on that new riff. All right, I'll do it. That was crazy, wasn't it? Remember when that Coldplay did that? Where did that come from and where did it go, Cotton Eye Joe? I'm very disappointed that Coldplay suddenly morphed around about sort of Paradise kind of time into this super mainstream focused band. It was very irritating. And sure, they've done useful things for the environment. That's fine. And good. And they probably wouldn't have been able to do those as extraordinarily as they have been able to. So that's cool. But I just want, like, good songs. That's all I'm asking for. And God put a smile upon my face. I think that's a really good song. But back to the music at hand. Yeah, let's have a listen to that again, and I'll try and do it this time. Yeah, so there's actually two riffs going on there. It's so chaotic. But we've got that, why? Have I just tuned to C sharp? That's very annoying, if so. Ooh, yeah. I hope I haven't been playing C sharp this whole time. I apologise if so. That'll do. Even better. Anyway, yeah. So there's one riff that's going. Like that. And then there's another which is doing something more like. So it's going up to that at the same time as the other one is doing that. So you get these odd seventh distortions, but they're so fast that it almost doesn't even matter. This is interesting because we've got the same vocal basically from the previous section, just doing that, right? Yeah, gotta take information, another reincarnation. Very similar, but we've got the other riff. We've got like the B section riff, if you like. This B section also is more based around two different chord centers. One is this one. Like a G major, and then the other is that C minor. So it's like a 5 and a 1, whereas the previous section was really pretty much based all around that C. Yeah, there was another riff that came in doing a slightly different harmony there in the left ear. Let's hear it one more time. It was just doing that, okay. But yeah, while the others are going da-da. It's an interesting thing to do. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so that's probably bass there, because it has that beautiful fuzz. But it could still be a guitar. Oh no, it is actually going lower now. And we're still keeping in sort of blues riff territory and based around the C minor blues. But we've got another riff again, and this feels slower, doesn't it? The texture has totally changed, so we've just got that bass. But then we've been used to quite big changes. We've been flipping from, you know, vocals and guitar to full band quite a lot. Very, very crisp. We don't normally get this overt a kind of metal sound in a Psychedelic Palm Crumpets album, but something like that, isn't it? Let's hear it again. like that. So it's happening slightly different every bar. But yeah, our rhythm now, instead of being we're a little bit slower, maybe. Maybe not, actually. Let's just tap it again. Good old tap tempo. Oh, that actually says 160. 165. So actually, looks like we're a bit faster. But the drums are a whole lot less active. The chugging of the guitars is leaving a lot more space for the drums to just do... Sorry, a lot less space for them to be as in your face. So they're doing less and making more of the space that they have. Okay, and that was the... What would we call that? I guess that's the end of the A section. If we've had an A, a B, and then this C here, we've got the end of the A again, getting us back into what's probably another A. So you could argue that we've got like little interstitial sections at the end of each of those A's. Yeah, so there we had the all of it seems to go in the vocal, but we had the riff. So we're mixing and matching and pairing things together in ways that haven't happened until we exhaust the material. Okay, so there we had 3 bars of, or oh well, 6 bars of C. Da, another reincarnation, da, another reincarnation, da, 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 and then do goes to G. And then it went back to E. The drums now have changed vibe, haven't they? Let's listen to that difference here. 2, 3, 4, and bam, 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 bam. Now, bam, bam, bam. So it's like half time. And then just some absolutely crazy delays to lead out. Fun, powerful beginning. Yeah, so that drum change is really effective for just having this, you know, you've built all this anxious tension up through the song, and then as we change from that da 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 ba ba ba, you just sit back and feel that sweet, relaxing halftime groove, even though everyone else is still doing everything at full pelt. The drums just relax back and lead us out in a very comfortable way. Fun. Fast, visceral beginning. Well, this is basically twice as long as that song. Let's see if it's it can keep up the pace, and let's see if we're in open. No, come on, guys. What is it? Standard tuning with a C at the bottom. That just sounds like drop C. It's C tuning, I guess. I don't know. Oh. I'm gonna look it up because I'm tired of this. What do you call standard tuning down 2 tones on guitar? This is how I use search engines. List of guitar tunings. Well, that sounds perfect. It's not standard tuning. It's not an open tuning either, so that's not what we want. Math rock tuning. Crazy. That's not what we want. Minor cross note. No, we don't need that. Don't need modal. Are you joking? There's so many. Ostrich tuning, hilarious. We know about ostrich tuning. Tune everything to the same note. That's so good. Dropped tuning, no, because that's just the lowered 6th string. Come on now. Come on now. Shifted. Lowered standard. Lowered standard? E flat tuning. Oh. Oh. We just call it C tuning. C tuning. C tuning. Okay, fine. That's what we call it. There we go. Anyway, is this in C tuning? March on for Pax Ramona. It is. All right, it was worth it then. This sounds like a complicated riff. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to take me a bit, but we're going to get there. Yep, something like that. Then. Oh no. Is it really that? Let's just check that second note. That's definitely one. Yeah. This is crazy. This is a crazy riff. Yeah, let's hear it one more time. And then with there, I think we use an open string. Okay, well we don't have that as an open string, so maybe we don't. Gosh, this is intense. No. I'm glad this isn't polyphia. Yeah, wow, and then it's somewhere else at the beginning. Is it that? That seems overly simple compared to the first part. Ah, yeah. I think it's that. I think it's that. Yeah, it is. So, how did that start? Wow, that's crazy. So we start on C, D, E, F, F, and then it seems like we're in sort of minor to begin with. We get that. Oh, okay, maybe we're not in minor, we're in like Locrian. No, we can't be in Locrian because we've got the 2 there. 2, flat 3, flat 5, so maybe we're just in blues again. Oh, major 3. Or flat 4 if you like. And then we get not the normal 2 on the way back, we get the flat 2, so it's like we were in one version, maybe of an octatonic scale even, but then we changed to the opposite octatonics. 5, flat 5, flat 4, flat 3, flat 2, 1. So we follow it past the 1 to the flat 7, then go 1, flat 2 again. Now this might not be our route, to be honest, but it is where we started. And then we're there for the second half. And that is playing with, so let's call that flat 5 still. We go back to the 1, we go flat 5, 5, so maybe it's sharp 4 now. 6, flat 7, so it's still looking at like octatonic actually. That's the only note that doesn't work with octatonic, and it comes up here again. No, it isn't that. Yeah. That's crazy. It's a crazy riff, and it's very exciting just to hear a song starting with something so wordy, I suppose. Yeah, and then this part is nowhere near as complicated. And the bass and the 2 guitars, they're both doing the same thing. Yeah, and what is it? Do do do. That note, or is it that? Something like that. It's not very easy to play. And then, yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to go through the whole song trying to dissect all of these, but we just had a similar thing. And again, we're sort of playing in that sort of show-off moment, back to the groove. Show-off moment, back to the groove. Same kind of thing happening. But there is a bit of other harmony there. We give it a bit of that. So, it's on that not B, where are we? C, D, E, F, so that's a G. We get that F chord, and then we're back to the C. So here we're still playing with like a C root, coming back to that really often. But in the previous song we had G being the extra thing. Here we have F being the extra chord. Yeah, so they're playing in unison again, those 2 guitars, or maybe, no, I think the bass dropped out for that moment there. So yeah, the dropouts are happening frequently, aren't they? It's like, look at this, and then we go back, look at this, and when we get to the look at this, we're not all playing, some of us are looking. Again, we've got those blast beats, but because we're at such a more reasonable tempo, let's tap it. It doesn't quite feel as strong. Yeah, okay, we're looking at like 112, somewhere between 110 and 115 for that tempo. That's pretty reasonable, isn't it? So that means that those blast beats, the I can't do an imitation, but snare kick, they aren't nearly as crazy sounding because we don't have them at such a high tempo. Still fast and still exciting, but it's nowhere near as high octane as the previous track. And same. Yeah, simple, relatively, very similar to Stockholm Syndrome by Muse riff there. Okay, so underneath the I think main riff there, actually, is it the same as the beginning? There's the chords. It is the same as the beginning, which is nice, and it's also nice that when we get to that final note there, where the other riff starts, it's actually empty. There's no other guitars there. That's nice. Yeah, but there's some chords underneath it now. Yeah. That's fun. And they're going at a fun rate as well. Yeah, so it's basically threes, but there's a little bit of a weight somewhere in there, and I think. So if we're doing that. I think it's just before that last one. Maybe. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That didn't help at all because I was counting the wrong things. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, maybe it doesn't actually, because it feels like when we get to that, that's when we get the 4. See, the reason you would need this is because if we've got 4s going like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, that equals 32. And you don't need to be a genius with mathematics to know that 32 does not go into 3. But 30 does. So that actually means that we should have two moments where there's a pause. Let's not just at the end. Dang, where's the other one? What? That's confusing. I wish I could slow it down. Yeah, I think it's when we get back to that from there. So that should be something like. But that's actually more uncomfortable than most possible options. The likelihood would be that it was done somewhere in the first half, so then we would get a nice 8. But that I don't think is what happens, because we get quite an uncomfortable upbeat just before where we should get that bar line. 1. Let's hear that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so just before the 1 of the next bar, there's a dum, goes up. Okay, well, let's assume it's there. I can't work it out, but slow it down and I'm sure you'll find it. Because, I mean, they come back in time together, don't they? Okay, so about 30 seconds in. That took us a while. We've probably got a situation where we're going to continue the same kind of patterns of thing to note, back to the groove, thing to note, back to the groove, which is similar to what the previous track did, isn't it?
Destined for a weekend if you live by astrological measures. I act, therefore I am. Thinking's not a cardinal sin, but there's a danger that lingers with every powering synapse.
Well, I was basically wrong. That whole section is continuous. It doesn't have a break to go back to the groove, and the groove doesn't even come back really. What we've got to begin with is everyone playing a little bit quieter so that that vocal comes through. I would say not my kind of vocal really. Broadly talking in a relatively straightforward voice. God, I was listening to the Shearling album today. Shearling being the offshoot of Sprain. I didn't know about Sprain, and I listened to Lamb as an Effigy and thought it was overwhelming but pretty good. Then, yeah, I read a load about their breakup. Not a load, because there isn't a load. But anyway, I don't think this Shearling album is any good. I just want to say that. And if you have different opinions, feel free to voice them. You no doubt can, wherever you like. Not that anyone cares, because no one knows who this band is. But my point is, it's an hour-long composition, and the vocalist is dominating for most of that. It's exhausting, and he sounds like who do you call it? David Byrne. He sounds like David Byrne has just been given some really mind-altering stuff, like meth, and he's just really unhappy. David Byrne, really fighty. David Byrne. I don't think there's much to the voice either, which is the real shame. But anyway, the point there is that that kind of thing had a lot of these quite wordy, focused voice passages, focused on delivering some deep message, and this is going for a similar thing, not quite to the extreme that one does, but in a similarly obnoxious way, I think. But the groove underneath is fun, isn't it? So that is sort of going for the F, A flat, G flat, F. So we're in like F Phrygian. We know we're in C, which would suggest we're actually in C Locrian, which is fun.
Weekend if you live by astrological.
Yeah, so we'll get a little bit of that octatonic stuff in here again. Okay, quite a switch there all of a sudden. The squeal of static, which is fun. So we go down at a semitone and we keep the same rhythm pretty much. Dun ga ga dun ga dun ga. Our lovely Tresillo rhythm that everyone's so fond of. And then we get that dun, ga, dun, da, dun. It's quite a jarring change. Okay, and then we're back to C. Straightforward Stockholm Syndrome riff.
Eyes on the ball, winning's the objective. Targetless with aim, yet hungry for precision. I puncture my teeth into a smiling posture that emulates joy.
Okay, so both parts since the vocal has come in, are the same in structure. They both have the same chord changes at the same time. We've still got that going on in the second half, just in the bass, and the bass continues with that, and we still get to the C part at the same time as well. But the texture has totally changed otherwise. We don't get the guitars, we get more synthy kind of sounds until we get back to the C part, and then we're really heavily going for that. And the drums, the drums go from a more sparse situation to a very ba 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 ba. Posture that emulates joy. Okay, Yeah, so again, shouting on a nice G there. So a popular note when you're in C, shout on a G. But yeah, interesting how we changed from this section, a big textural change, just to that synth kind of thing. And then we have the vocals over the top, and that's pretty much all that's going on there. But the vocals are stronger in this section than they were in the previous section. So there's an interesting mismatch there. There's probably still a guitar that through a delay or something like that. Eddying in the sound. And then, yes, and then what? Well, yeah, so we get the same kind of riff, very similar to the Stockholm Syndrome one. Slightly different here though. And only on the bass, and then single from the origin. Yeah. It's satisfying. This is interesting because it's not really like math rock, is it? We haven't got odd time signatures being thrown in here. We've just got complicated riffs, piled upon complicated riffs. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how many riffs that was. Well, that one in particular, that's probably just one. But I don't know how many we've had so far in this song. Maybe 5, maybe 6. Squeal of static again at the same time as the yeah. At the same time as that we get stuff, don't we? Which is great. Both of those things at the same time, that's fun. And yeah, we've gone back to sort of having it F and C, which is kind of how we were at the beginning. So we've gone like A, B, A. Okay. Even though we didn't have this riff at the beginning. Okay. Slight difference there, isn't it? And yeah, it's gone back to the on off, or the show off groove kind of situation. Or it did for a brief moment, and now we're back to what's basically the verse section, but there's no verse going over the top of it, which is strange, but it sounded like we were just about to get a guitar solo. But no.
Where art thou,
there it is.
Stoic in tendency with a history
so
of
it's just leading in.
Crime. My indestructible mountain, now guarded by a hungry dog.
So underpinning that rhythm is the kick drum. So we've got the kick drum doing something quite complicated, and the snare is really just going on the later beats. Snare, 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 whereas the kick drum is that kind of thing. I don't think it's quite doing all that the guitar's doing, but it's doing something close.
Destructible mountain, now guarded by a hungry dog, terrorizes my ability to question who is sane.
Same structure here.
Animals are at bay. All instinct is a gamble on a horse with an interesting title. Meditation's my mantra. 2,000 years of rest. Words will outlive civilization.
It's fun. Change the vocals with that pitch thing. Ah is one of the vocals, and then ooh is the other, like down a fourth. And the way that those move together, it's always a fun effect. It's nothing special, but it does feel weird. I'm trying to think what other things. I've heard it, in a lot of places, but is there a really iconic use of it? I can't really think if there is. My favourite use of pitch shift vocals is in Ilvia Keith, or Ilvia Il Via Kiss by Mars Volta, where the final version of the breakdown section, I don't know, it goes into this crazy, oh, let's hear it. No point me just narrating music when it's right here. So amazing song, crazy stuff. Just to navigate, we'll use this stuff. So we've got this main section, which is not what we're talking about, and then we have this other section, which is very salsa, South American. And the last time this comes, because it comes a lot, this is an interesting sort of binary switch song. It warps the vocals, and then we get even more. Until it sounds like he's just singing lower than he should be singing. And it no longer fits with the music. It's a very powerful effect, and that, I would say, is the best use of pitch shift in all music. So let's get back to where we were. We're about 2 minutes in, right? I'll go from there. There it is. It doesn't quite have the same depressing effect as the other one. It just sounds, ooh, weird.
2,000 years of rest, words or outlive civilization. With life comes courage.
Okay, is this a new section? The vocals still sound the same. They're not singing, are they? They're just speaking. And we've got a very clean sounding bass. I guess that's that room. Similar kind of octave thing to what we got in the previous track.
Life comes courage.
Now we're... yeah, that kind of thing. So, just a small moment there that didn't really match a lot of things, but I guess it did kind of sound like the verse, but you only get that in the verse. So it was just a bit on F without our Phrygian feeling thing. So still the same. And then is this our A section again? Sounds like it. Yeah, and we've got that. Oh, it's probably including that one. Good workout. You try doing that with just one finger. Oh, that's not so easy. Little finger. But it's a fun riff. It's definitely fun. I imagine like literally everything these guys do is fun to play. What I don't understand is how they can have the repository of all these and be able to play them without fail live, because it's such a complicated, large selection of different things. I just don't know. I mean, muscle memory, I guess, is probably what's happening there. Yeah, so we're going back and forth between the F and the C. Oh. Okay, I thought we were, but now we've got a different feeling. We were going at that, and now it feels like we're going half time again, but this time it's half time for everyone, I think. And this feels more like an actual guitar solo. But it's not. It's just another riff. Let's hear it again. We'll get it. Yeah. That's how it's starting. Straightforward pentatonics. note extra. Fun. So that's Dorian. Minor third, fourth, fifth, flat seventh, first, flat third, back to first, back to flat seventh, down to 6, and then down to 5. Lovely. And then little touch, nice. Is it that? Not quite. Is it that? That's in. No. Maybe that. Yeah. Is it that? We're nearly there. It's just that. 3, flat 3, flat 4, flat 3, 4. Classic. There's so many things that are just canonized as rock music cliches now. That is one. But you can put it in, you know, in the midst of this crazy stuff, right? You know, all of that fits very nicely with the Dorian scale, apart from that, which is adding in, well, a 7th. Flat 7 to 7, and then we've also got the 5th higher, so that's 4 to sharp 4. So it's just a moment of and then it's straight back into more comfortable stuff. It was interesting there that the voice came in halfway through that riff, which is quite a long riff, isn't it? Like, there's a lot going on there. We've got our slide up first phrase, and then our wordy phrase, and then we fall into our da-da, 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 da-da. So 4 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those. And that's the same at the beginning. So it's like 3 of one, 4 of another, and 1 in the middle, which is none of the either. That's actually... It's that. It's not. That would be pretty intense. I guess that makes sense that it's not that. And it's not even the same rhythm as before. I'm moving on. Okay, it does do it there. So we've just got 2 versions. One is... and the other is... Okay, cool. 2 different versions of the riff. Lasting... I mean, how long is it? We'll work it out. So if that's 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2... 3... I haven't stopped counting. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... That's the 3rd bar. It is just a 4-bar loop. And each 4-bar loop there has a different ending, basically. That's all that is. Let's keep going. Okay, guitar solo. Now, I haven't really analysed guitar solos very much, but, you know, we're still using the same things, but we're not beholden. That's the most important thing with a guitar solo. We're not beholden to the riff or the structure. We can just do notes. We can do notes whenever. Hooray! Yeah. And that Dorian note is creeping in as well, which is lovely. as is that 2, which is also part of Dorian. Yeah, and that was good because we got that lovely extra chord note. Yeah, we've had that a couple of times, that kind of something like that with the Dorian note. It sounded very similar the first time it happened. Okay, so we had a moment there where it was just the da-da-da-dum, but up an octave, and then new kind of riff from the bass, something like that, not quite that. Ah. Is it that? Let's hear it again. Yeah, definitely. So you can hear that we're spending a little bit more time on those first two. And then that last one is faster. Basically, there's 6 semiquavers for the first one, and 6 for the second one, and then 4 for the last one. Okay, all of that together makes 16, which is regular. Nice. We've got that rhythm emphasized by the snare drum here. Crazy extra guitar doing lots of stuff. And we're off. Okay, I don't know what the bass was doing there, but it was lovely, and it was suddenly over in the right ear. Yeah, something going back to that quite a lot. Something like that, but it's quite complicated and it's there for a bar, so I'm not going to spend a large amount of time thinking about it unless it comes up a lot. Okay, these are probably doing very similar things though, actually. Wow, doesn't it sound weird? It sounds very offbeat in a unsettling way. Let's hear it again. We find peace. Yeah, because the bass and the drums, I think, are really locked in together there. Whereas the guitars are doing their things based on, I guess, 3s? Yeah. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. Oh, so is this the same rhythm that we got in the? Hang on, when did we get it? Did we get it in this one? I don't think we did. What were we even doing when we got that strange rhythm? Yeah, who knows? I think it was in the previous one. Yeah, so the higher guitars doing something like that. So it's really clearly in 3s, but then the bass and the drums seem to be in 3s too. Oh god, it's like there's some things in 3s and some things in 4s in the drums. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna go 1 2 3 1 2 3 a lot. Okay, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 1 2 3. No. Yeah. So if I count 4 over this, that might make it clearer. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, I just didn't manage that, did I? That's hard. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So unless I got that wrong, there is a beat missing from the end, which is the first time that's happened on here. And no wonder it was so confusing. But also, didn't you feel that uncomfortable 5 semiquavers rest halfway through? I'll try and get it again. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. Oh, inconclusive, and to be honest, I'm dead on the effort needed to exactly work that out. I'm sorry if I've let you down. Please let me make it up in some other thing. Okay, it is that bit, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that's down there. That's actually a new thing, really, isn't it? Ah, man. It didn't ever go like that anyway, the other part. Yeah, gosh. I mean, it's a fun, psychedelic, aggressive effect, and it does defy counting. I was watching a video by Vox Guru recently, which was talking about talas, and I couldn't find much information on the video, especially about talas, but the claim was made that studying all 105 talas will mean that any rhythm is simple and straightforward to you. So more on that when I've learned all the talas. We shall see. Okay, and that's bar. That's our that riff, isn't it? From way back when. And there's our big opening riff. So it's almost like we've gone back to the beginning. We had a strange deviation in the middle, but this has turned out to be more or less ternary shaped. There's our fast riff on the F, and we're back to the C. Yeah, so similar kind of thing, but yeah, it's not really doing the show off and then back to the groove kind of thing here. It is really two different sections, and so I've been a bit mean to it in that respect by saying that it was the show off kind of thing. We've really got that. We've got those two different things going on, two different things, and they just keep alternating, and that's our chorus section, really. Okay, so in the middle we had March On for Pax Ramona said as well. Pax Ramona though, isn't it? That's what he says. Pax Ramona. Why does it say Pax Ramona? Pax Romana, as in Roman peace, I guess. I think I've heard of Pax Ramona before, but I don't know what it is. Why not? Let's look it up. Ever focused on becoming a better person. 200-year long period of Roman history, which is identified as a golden age of increased and sustained Roman imperialism. Lovely. Well, yeah, sure. March on for Pax Romana, I guess. I I'm surely missing something. But anyway, the first time this happened in the middle, it led us into our bridge section, our exploration section, and this time it's leading us, well, nowhere. It's leading us back to the riff that we've just been playing, but in a kind of outro feel, ready to end. Less drums again. Okay, but this time the drums, instead of going just down to a more relaxed groove at the end, they then sped up again, just for the end, and that last snare hit is all we had leading us out. Lovely stuff, lovely fun stuff. Okay, well, let's try something else now, shall we? Why don't we try the next song? We're probably only going to make it through 3 songs today, which is nuts. But I guess, you know, there's just quite a lot of melodic stuff. I feel like I've been a little more distracted than usual as well today, so I apologise for that. But anyway, Qwik Maff. Yes, right. I see. Okay, well, if this is the gauntlet that's been thrown down, I suppose I should pick it up. Right. Is this where we are? This seems an oddly easy thing to play. Yeah, it feels tapped. It feels very tapped. Whoa. We're clearly not in open C anymore, are we? If this turns out to be open C, I'll eat my hat. What's coming next? I'll listen to the first 10 seconds and then we'll go back. Wow, okay. Pretty unlikely. We're in drop C here, which means that probably one of these notes is an open string. Yeah, and if we were in standard tuning, it would be that D string. Okay, we're ready to take on this Qwik Maff. Okay, it's fun. Whatever it is, it's fun. Okay. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like it's that kind of tapping. It's like that, isn't it? There's definitely more than one note holding on. But it's never the open string. So that D is never holding on. Yeah, but those higher ones are. Okay, so maybe not tapped, but maybe just that highest note of all. Something like that. Yeah. Let's hear how long that doo holds on for. Yeah, it holds on while the other stuff is going on. Oh, that makes sense actually. Oh wow, this is interesting. Yeah, that's kind of where I am. Something like that. Maybe I should transfer to electric guitar for a moment. Yeah. That's basically it, and I think it's still in 4, but I'm going to go and get my other guitar to make this a little bit easier. Pardon me. Here we go. Hopefully we are already tuned. Gosh. Okay. This is really just a finger exercise, I have to say. It's not like, it's not the most emotional, powerful piece of music, is it? Yeah, so. And all through, that note holds on. It is an unusual riff, because we have that middle string holding on the whole time. And then how does it change that last time? Yeah. Something like that. Does that add up? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose it does. No. No, it doesn't. That would be one short. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's 7s. Yeah, it kind of makes sense as 7s, and then that's more confusing at the end actually. Ah, right. Ah. No. So, gosh. No, it's not even. Yeah, that, okay. So. No. Wow. Okay, and then it changes. We get it for 4 bars. It's a 2-bar loop, so we get it twice, and then we're into dum 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 dum. So just to recap, because I feel like let's go back to this just for a recap. I feel like I'm sort of shying away, but what it is, I think, is that to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. No. And that would be 4 anyway. Count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That must be it. So then that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Added on to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 7 plus 10 is 17. But then the other one is like 14. I don't know. Doesn't seem to make sense to me. Okay, so that bend is longer than I thought it was. It's not just 2 beats, it's like 4. Yeah. So that makes quite a big difference. That brings that to 16, which means then the first part is 16, and then the second part is presumably 16, and I've just added in an extra thing somewhere that I shouldn't have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Doesn't quite work, does it? That might make sense. Yeah, it's that. That's how it sounds. Yeah, so, okay, yes. That's what happens. It doesn't have that again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that. So that would be. No, that wouldn't be it, would it? That would be a 17. It could be a 17 plus a 15, I guess. Anyway. It isn't. It isn't. I hate it. Okay, I'm just going to count that bit over the top because that's the way I'm going to work it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't seem equal. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so the 16 is when we go down. So it is 15 longer beats, which means that we should have 2 equal things of 15. But that's not how it is. It's a 17 and a 14. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get it. We'll get it sometime. Okay, they're playing around with texture a bit more on this one, aren't they? Talking less about riffs because we've been beaten by them. They've got some softer, sweeter guitars. They've still got a little bit of distortion on them, a little bit of like raspy, scratchy sound. Some nice 5s and 7s, I think, there. Yeah, every single 5 beats is just a different texture, isn't it? I've upset myself. Even the drums are quite sweet here. We've not got any kind of aggressive kick drum going on. Quite a lot of sticky stuff, so things with sticks on the main toms and snare, but it's softer and not as aggressive playing as on the previous 2 tracks. And hot under the rock and never resurface. So yeah, it's easy to feel the character of those 7s. Is that? That's 6 actually, isn't it? Yeah, it's 6. Yeah, because you can actually head bob in 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then we've got that one extra bar. Yeah. What key are we in then? Hang on. So we've been all around that D. We've been all around that D. Are we in D? Or is this last section something telling us something else? That's an E major chord. So it is telling us something else. It would tell us we're in like Lydian mode if we were centered around the D, but I'm not even sure we're centered around the D. There's a G. Well, E major and G can't exist together because they've got the G sharp there and the G in the G chord. So those two things don't go together very well, but they make a powerful change. We've also got a major 7th in that G7, in that G major 7 chord. And there's a well, it does feel actually like an A chord, and that's because the melody of the vocals is on world and the bass is on A. But weirdly, the guitars are going down what's more closely a D major chord. And so because of that, we get this sort of halfway house between the chords. We get the D major, the A, like a second inversion, but then with the C sharp, it's something else. It's quite beautiful. It feels a bit television-y, like the band Television. Okay, yes. Yeah, going through various different riffs, this feels like a rehash of what we had in the earlier part, maybe a little bit more aggressively played. And that part's just in 4, isn't it? Which is fun, because it kind of has this offbeat feel to it. We've got that G in the bass, and again we're going through a D major arpeggio, but we've got a different note in the bass, which is a fun thing to do. Something like that, and even though there's just quavers after quavers, the order of them makes it feel a little offbeat. Yeah. No. Yeah. Something like that, isn't it? So we get like 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and of course we start on the and of 1, so that's why we got 7 in that first one. It's nice to have that break there. It's nice that we're getting a bit more singing than normal as well. Playing with psychedelic textures, we've got those big reverbs and slightly melding the vocals, aren't they? They're EQ'd in an interesting way, or filtered in an interesting way. So we're getting the tss, tss, tss in the echo, but we're not really getting that in the main vocal. It sounds very, very different in the echo to the original. nice high bass there up here, still with those descending, and with the G it kind of makes this into, yeah, very peaceful, sweet chord. Well, it's a D on a G, and that's the easiest way to think about it, but you could also think about it, if you want to think of it as an extension of the G chord, we've got the major 7 and the 9 in there as well. Okay. And then it feels like quite a textural change as we get to this next thing. This is very clear and open, and then this is a little bit more pushing, a little bit more pressured. It's based on this more E minor 11 kind of feel. We've still got that D major stuff coming through, but it's over an E minor kind of feeling thing, so making the chord even more complex than it was, but still in quite a sweet emotional area. And we're actually not sticking fundamentally to the E minor. We had a bit of D and a bit of G in there as well. Nice ride cymbal use, as well as other cymbals, but ride cymbal just slowly coating us in sweet, high-pitched noise. There's an interesting change of change of tone there. The drums start getting more intense, but also the oppressive atmosphere sort of lessens. We become a little slightly more boxy and tinny sounding. Here it's quite up front and full-bodied sound, and then here suddenly we've lost a lot of that midsection. Like the extra instruments, we're back to guitars and drums really. Got quite a nice guitar melody in the middle there as well. Doing things straightforward. And it's funny that we started this on such a complicated Qwik Maff, because now this stuff is really straightforward and not very complicated and quite sweet. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. It's more like a B minor chord now rather than a D major. I just want to go and check that we were actually doing D major before, because there was always something that felt wrong about it. Ah, right. I think there's one doing D major while the other does something closer to F sharp minor. I think that's what's going on. There's two. Yeah. It might be closer to the A actually, so we might have the A and the D at the same time going on there, which would explain the complexity of it in that respect. Yeah, interestingly, the guitars here sort of meld into one as they go along. They start different places, and then as they get lower, it becomes one. It's quite a sweet effect, especially with those higher vocals as well. That's quite an unusual texture for these guys, high vocals like that. Up on the F sharp there. Interesting. Quite a powerful one in an emotional way, and that's not very common for these guys. Nice one to end with. Shall I try and tackle that riff one more time? I could try and actually just play it. Let's do it. I've got a bit more time. And I clearly can't get through Weird World Awoke. Okay. Yeah, it's that end part. I lose focus. Okay, I'll try and come in with the second version of it. I was too early, wasn't I? I was too early. Let's keep trying. This is so worth such content. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been through this much hell since I learned Take the Veil Carpe texts as a go. As a distraction. Yeah. Just to show you that I can do complicated things. Is it that it just jumps from that one? It might be, actually. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Playing along with it is freaking me out. But would that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite. What about at the end of this bit? That's actually different, isn't it? It's amazing that they can just start a song with this and it doesn't really feature vastly in the song. Right. Yeah, boom, dum. It sounds like there's an E in there. Ah, yes, because there is there. But is there another one? Oh, come on. Focus. Just focus. Yeah. Okay, I think it is. I think it's... Yes, that was right. And that's that. There's that. Ha! So close. No. Doesn't do that, does it? Let's have one more listen just to check. Yeah, it definitely waits after that one. Ah! No! Yes! No! Oh. Oh, crikey. I will have forgotten this by tomorrow as well. It's just not worth it. Yes. That's it, right? It's hard, that end bit, because it's 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So it's a 7. After a 7, that makes 14, and then the first bit is a 7 and a 7, basically, isn't it? No, because that's longer. So it's a 7 and an 8, and that makes 15, which is what I've been wanting it to make the whole time. But then, why does it feel longer in that second half? Yeah. Ah! Oh, yeah. I mean, that is it, isn't it? Right. Keep calm, you can do it. Oh. Ah, that's now crept back in. Well, it's almost definitive that I can definitely say that I did that. Alright, I can do it. Yes. That's the end part. Yeah. I'm getting good whole ones, and then starting again, that's the difficulty, but I will keep going. Oh, man. No, sometimes doing the wrong finger is throwing me off. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Yeah, so I managed 2 there. I managed 2. Yes. I think that's it. No, almost. Right, let's give it a go. I'm not sure I can play along with this, especially because I need to press play and then play. Maybe I'll try with my toe. Oh. It's also faster than I was going. So I need to... Yeah. Okay, all right. That's doable. Let's go in from the previous track, shall we? So I'm still not going to be able to time this well. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Well, yeah. If I were playing this with a band, it might come together. I think the reason they only play it twice at the beginning is because it's really hard. Let's try and get it in the other part where it's slightly easier to plan. 1, 2. Yeah, so that's basically after 2 bars of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can get that beginning bit. I reckon I just can't hear myself when I'm listening to it. Falling behind. That's nothing to be ashamed of. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I was together more or less until the bend. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm too late on that third thumb. That's it, isn't it? That's it. We can do that. 1, 2, 3. I was there, and then I've got to carry on. Don't know if you can hear them. Just minusculely behind, and it's putting me off now. I was in time, but I was sloppy. And then I want to go... I want to do that afterwards, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Not bad. 4. Not bad. This is very satisfying. I'm so glad I've done this. Wow. You know, it's within inches. It's within inches. I'm gonna do it like 10 more times. No, I'll do it one more time because I'm basically out of time. Anyway, this is Psychedelic Crumpets with Porn in the middle. Nice. Let's do it one more time. 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was terrible. I'll do one more. Yes. Okay. All right. Fine. Well, anyway, that was a lot of fun riffs, no doubt. If they get remembered, they will be remembered as one of the most prolific riff writing groups in the world ever. Really, there's like barely a song goes by them which doesn't have quite an exciting, characterful groove based on complex riffs. Intense drums, fairly, free-flowing drums as well. Anyway, that's an intro to Psychedelic Punk Crumpets. It seems like this album is pretty much the same as their, Great Affair. It just has a worse artwork as far as I'm concerned, which is a shame. There we are. This might require some editing. I don't know if I'll upload this as is. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice life. Enjoy yourselves. Bye bye.